So I've been meaning to speak on the situation for a couple of days now, and that is the creative turmoil that's going on between WWE and Triple H and WrestleMania in itself, because there's been a lot of reports between the last couple of days as far as like how this WrestleMania compared to last year's WrestleMania in the same venue in the same arena has not sold as well as WWE was originally hoping for, and how they're having ongoing sort of meetings as far as every creative aspect, every department is aware of the fact of WrestleMania just isn't selling as well as it should be, and this is somewhat of an issue going forward as far as WWE goes, because they're kind of freaking out at this point. They're kind of throwing everything at the wall, as far as matches and as far as things that I don't even think that they know exactly what they want to do going into WrestleMania 42, and there's a lot of factors here. But mainly it just comes down to greed, TKO, and their greed. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that the WrestleMania build thus far doesn't feel like a WrestleMania build. The only thing thus far that feels like WrestleMania worthy is Roman Reigns against CM Punk. That whole promo that they had a few weeks ago, that literally is the only thing that feels WrestleMania worthy, that feels premium worthy here for WrestleMania 42. But even then, it's like we've seen Roman Reigns and CM Punk before. We got that somewhat of a taste last year, only with Seth Rollins. So again, it's like, in a sense, we've seen part of this already. But also, you just have to look at the fact of WrestleMania 42 was originally going to be in New Orleans, and they made the announcement. They had the fucking Rock come out there and make the announcement. They had everything ready to go, but then I forget when exactly in the year last year they canceled plans. They said, you know what, we're going back to Vegas because Vegas gives us a fuck ton of money to go back there, and they're gonna upcharge the ticket prices. They're gonna upcharge everything, essentially fucking having you ponder whether or not you want to go to WrestleMania, because it essentially costs an arm and a leg to go to these fucking wrestling premium shows. And I usually don't give Vince McMahon a lot of credit, but one thing I will say about him, and one thing that I think he has over this current TKO regime, is the fact that Vince McMahon, yes, he was in it to make money. Yes, he wanted to make a profit, but at the same time, he had the love of wrestling, the love of the game, in order to not price out his most hardcore individual fans. Nowadays, if you go to WrestleMania, it literally just feels like you're one of the super ultra rich, wealthy elite that can afford to go to these shows. And, even then, it's like, isn't really worth it to go to these shows, especially, considering the creative aspect that we've gotten within the last year and a half, because I feel like the 2025 stretch onto 2026 has been probably the worst stretch that we've had ever since Triple H has taken over as creative booker for WWE. Like, again, if you compare 2023, 2024 WWE to now, it's night and day difference, because now it seems like everything is sort of there just for a moment, is sort of there just for a viral click. Like, nowadays, story doesn't seem to matter. Nowadays, they're just throwing shit at the wall to see what is going to stick. And again, as far as, Roman and Punk, that is, I guess, your sole match. Number one, your sole match that you have announced, and your sole main event WrestleMania match attraction, because there's only a few matches nowadays that you have that are attraction matches. Like, for instance, what are you doing with the WWE Championship that is so investing that you have to go out of your way to watch and get a ticket here? Like, if you're just gonna run Cody and Drew once again for the millionth time in a Hell in a Cell match, you're better off just watching that shit on fucking YouTube after they release the highlights. Like, it's literally just paint by numbers, dry, safe WWE booking, and that's something that you cannot be, especially as we head into WrestleMania season. This is the season, this is like playoff season for WWE. This is where everything gets heightened up. Stories need to matter, characters need to matter, matches need to make sense. Like, everything needs to hit collectively at this current point in time. And, if you've seen anything from WWE Unreal, that most of these writers that they have are fucking clueless. Like, look at Road Dogg, look at Bruce Pritchard. These guys, they're fucking clueless as to what they need to do to make this show interesting. Because WrestleMania season thus far has not hit as well as it should have. And at this point in time, I hate to say it, but the WrestleMania build, like, I don't even care at this point what the build is, because I know it's not going to deliver. How many times have you been promised by Triple H, an exciting show, a new era, this whole bullshit. And then at the end of the day, it's just mediocre. It's just safe. Like, we need some risk to be taken by WWE. And if you ask me, I think, this was a long time coming as far as TKO and their whole corporate greed, because they've seemed to price, the individual hardcore wrestling fan out of these, current events, of these premium live events. So I think it was just a matter of time before something like this ended up happening. And now, as you can see, everybody's fucking panicking at WWE. But post your comments down below. Let me know what you think of this whole situation. What are your thoughts as far as the WrestleMania build? What's your thoughts down below in the comment section? And until next time, I will see all of you on the next one.